Today we will talk about a bit of XLM, but mainly be talking about XDCC and XRP and how they both combine in R3 Corda, which is heavily involved in the trade finance industry that is worth anywhere between about 10 and 30 trillion at this point in time, depending on what information you are checking out. And here is a good precursor into where this topic is going. And XLM, XDC, and XRP all have significant ties into the DTCC.
Then if you could share your views on how cross-chain and a multi-chain world, would evolve from your point of view.
Sure, thanks, and great to be here. So Stephen Prosperi, I work at DTCC, which is a post-trade market infrastructure provider. Our core business is providing clearance and settlement services for U.S. securities markets, and post some pretty big numbers. I think last year we processed $2.4 quadrillion worth of securities. We often get asked if that's a real number, and it is in fact a real number. And it represents basically all broker trades of equities, corporate debt, treasuries in the U.S. markets. So naturally, we're very focused on blockchain and the opportunities that it can present in the kind of industry that where we sit in the industry. And kind of getting back to the question, cross-chain interoperability. We think it's very important from day one of our exploration in this space, about 6 or so years now. We've kind of felt it important that there won't be one blockchain to rule them all. There will be multiple out there. The currencies will live across different chains, and other assets of value represented through tokens will live across different chains. So very similar to the role that we play in traditional markets of bringing all of those together.
The specific part of it that I am wanting to concentrate on here is the involvement of Ripple and XRP in trade finance. Here is a post that is talking about how it's not only XDC. Payment channels in the supply chain can be simplified with digital ledgers implemented by Ripple. Here we are talking about a Ripple partner, Finastra, being involved in trade finance and SWIFT. This is an example of that explains the SWIFT and Ripple trade finance connection through East Payment Safe. And because I've been talking about XRP and derivatives, Ripple is also called out about derivatizing the supply chain and its assets. A currency has been purchased by the DTCC, and the currency has a ton of ties into XLM because they created one of their applications on Stellar. It's also heavily connected into XDC in terms of institutional DeFi, and there are some connections into Quant as well. DTCC chose R3 as the underlying DLT technology in Project Ion. And in here, it specifically talks about the R3 XRP chain, which is out of the IMF. And I will come back to this here in a little bit. And here is an official article on how DTCC chose Corda. The currency was not only concentrating on Stellar, it also specifically called out Ripple as well. The XRPL can fetch stock information in a technology stack and buy and sell stocks in XRP. And it also calls out Ripple for trade finance. So now as we move into how XRP actually is currently connected into R3 Corda, which is connected not only into the DTCC, but also into SWIFT. Ripple is called out as currency agnostic and compliant with emerging standards such as ISO 20022. And it's important because the SWIFT CBDC platform uses ISO 222 blockchain-based messages. The continued growth and expanding partnership of SWIFT GPI can include virtual currency services like Ripple to support cross-border payments with its proprietary currency XRP. And R3 was chosen as a tech biter for Swift's network to utilize decentralized applications in digital asset transfers. As recent as 2021, it is called out how R3's Corda uses XRP as the first settlement option. And it's not just in the charts, it is actually called out in the code. And here is a paper from 2024, which is the most recent publication that still calls out R3 and XRP. So there's not really a way for all of these people who say that Corda does not use XRP anymore to actually stand on that, yet they still try to. And this information here is right out of the IMF. On the GitHub documentation for the Corda app, it calls out for off ledger, there is only one option, XRP.